Hey, what's going on, guys? Tyson de la Cruz here, and this is a new segment on this channel called Tea Time, where we interview fascinating guests, hear about their life story, and today's amazing guest is Corey Holtam. He owns Rec Room out here in Las Vegas, Nevada, where you go in and you wreck shit. And today's also amazing, beautiful musical guest is Robert Stokes. Obviously, I'm not playing. He's doing all the playing. Welcome to Tea Time, guys. Today's tea is, what are we drinking today? We are drinking, this tea originated from the rich volcanic soil of Hachijoy Island in Japan. I picked this up in Chinatown. It is an amazing green tea, and Corey is here to join me for tea time. Corey Holtam, owner and operator of Rec Room. Thank you, my brother, for being here. Let's try this tea.
Let's do it.
Let's try it. It's not hot.
It's a warm tea. It's not burning
It's
hot.
good.
I like that.
It's good. I like it.
I like the little lemon you got in there.
Oh yeah, put a little lemon and the ginger in there.
Can't beat that.
No, it's actually pretty tasty. I actually boil the water with lemon and ginger, so that kind of gets it infused. Yeah, nice little flavor town like guys here. So you're the owner and operator of Rec Room. You've been in business now. We actually interviewed one another in like 2015.
Yeah.
Before Rec Room was even open. You were doing an e-commerce business and you opened up Rec Room shortly after that. So how long have you been in operation?
It's been like 5 years now.
Okay, so 5 years. And those of you that aren't familiar with Rec Room, we're gonna add some B-roll in here so you can actually see like what Rec Room's about, what they actually do. Like you literally just go in and you break shit.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to understand, right, when you say it, but it's so simple.
Yeah.
It's just you're gonna have a room set up with all kinds of stuff. Maybe something like this.
Yeah.
Something like this. Electronics, and yeah, you just smash it up and get that aggression out. People come in for all different kinds of reasons.
Yeah.
To smash stuff for fun. I've had people in there for grieving, which is kind of crazy. I never thought that would be a thing, but after a funeral, people don't know how to really react to situations like that.
For sure.
So they'll use it for that, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
Breakups are big.
Mm-hmm.
I had somebody bring in a wedding topper, which was cool.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. And yeah, people just come in for all different kinds of reasons. Mostly being here in Vegas, we do tourists.
Okay.
In the beginning, it was a lot of locals, but now we do mostly tourists, just looking for something to do on a Sunday afternoon.
On a Sunday afternoon, do you know that song?
No.
You don't know that song? God damn it!
I don't even know that song. What are you
Isn't that a
talking
song?
about? I'm sure it's a lyric somewhere.
Saturday morning on a Sunday afternoon.
Maybe Afternoon Delight, the Anchorman song?
Afternoon delight. Actually, like when you were speaking about Rec Room is actually very therapeutic because, I myself have been in there a few times. I had some of my employees come in there, and they, either were struggling with mental health or whatever it is, and you go in and you literally break stuff and get that aggression out. Where in the normal world, you don't typically do that, or if you do that, you're considered a psychopath, or
right.
It's not healthy, right? But in your case, you can go there, you can break stuff, and leave and feel good. Have you had any experiences where people have come in and afterwards they were like, "Oh my gosh, that was so relieving"?
Yeah, all the time.
Good.
I have people that come in and have mental breakdowns because they don't know how they're going to react. A lot of people are brought by a friend.
Yeah.
And they walk in and they're like, "What is this place?" And I have to tell them, we're going to suit you up and get you into a rec room and smash stuff up. And they're like, I don't really need this.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, well, you already paid, so you might as well just go. And afterwards, they'll actually just start crying. I mean, bring it in for a hug. I think that's pretty cool.
That is super cool, man. So the concept of this, how did this kind of originate, and how did you get started with? Because it's such a far-fetched concept, right? Like when I tell people, "Oh, I have a buddy who owns Rec Room," and they're like, "What is that?" Well, you go in and you break shit. And they're like, "Wow, what a great concept! How did he come up with that?"
So, like you said, I had an e-commerce business. I've always been into business, and I never really knew what I wanted to do. Just trying little things. I've probably had like 30 businesses, all of them failures. But I've learned each time. And when I saw the escape room thing happen in Vegas,
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
I was like, that was amazing. Now there's like 30 of them, and they're all doing okay, and I'm too late for that, you know? And when I was cruising Facebook one day, doing the whole deal, and I saw this, and it was an anger room in Dallas. And
that's what it was called, anger.
Yeah, that's the place. And they've recently closed, but I was like, that's it. If I can get in on this early, then I'll be good. So I booked a trip to Dallas. There was also one in California, in Atlanta. There were only 5 in the country.
I remember when you booked that trip, man, you called me and you were like, "Hey, I'm going," because you went with your dad, right?
Yep.
You originally were going to go with your brother, but you went with your dad. And then you went there and you were telling me about the experience, and you were copiously taking notes of all the facilities and what they had to offer, right?
Yeah, like the one in Atlanta, I went in and there was no one at the front desk. And I was just like taking pictures of everything. I'm behind the front desk, and then this guy gets on the walkie-talkie and he's like, "Hey, can someone go and talk to the guy that's taking pictures of everything?" I'm like going in the back rooms. But yeah, I mean, I was just trying to figure out if I could make it work.
Yeah.
If it's gonna be profitable, if it's gonna be, and trying to make it how I wanted to have it, So take this from this place, put it all together and make it something that we could have in Las Vegas, because you got to be next level. I feel like.
Yeah. Have you ever experienced this, Robert?
I have not.
No?
I maybe have broken stuff before.
Like broken stuff like through anger?
Yeah, like if you play Call of Duty like I do, every now and then you break a controller or
Rage quit.
Yeah, rage quit. I mean, it can get a little dangerous. So
Yeah.
I imagine a room to do that in would be a little better than my room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had guests that people break stuff sometimes, and I like to say we don't charge people to break things; we charge them to clean it up. Really,
You do.
because that's the
What a great
hard
concept.
part.
Yeah.
We can break all this stuff up right now. Then you got to deal with a mess.
Yeah.
And then you got to get new stuff.
Yeah.
That's what we do. We get the stuff, we put it in the room for you, and then we clean it up afterwards.
Where do you get the stuff from?
That's been a struggle, man, getting enough stuff, because we like to make sure that there's a lot of stuff in each room for each person.
Like, what do you typically have in a room?
So you're gonna have glass bottles, we like to have like some sort of, we get all kinds of crazy stuff. Anything from floppy disks to VHS, like old school electronics, remotes, coffee mugs, large electronics like DVD players, printers, vacuums, toasters.
I've never broken a vacuum.
They're pretty tough. Solid plastic there.
Yeah. I've never. Oh, the rhomba's working.
He heard you talking.
The rhomba's working. We gotta cut off that rhomba. So where do you get your stuff from?
Yeah, we work with a lot of recyclers to get a lot of the stuff, and it's kind of cool because that's stuff that wasn't used before. That's why it was kind of difficult to get in the beginning. I need printers, vacuums, toasters. This is stuff that recyclers can't use.
Right.
So we kind of upcycle it and have the guests break it down. Then we separate out circuit boards and e-waste.
Okay.
And send that back to them. We also have a couple container companies that we're getting glass from, a couple bars around town.
So what's typically in the room? Like, what's the standard setup of the room so people can know?
Every room, sorry to interrupt, every room is going to have glass bottles, large electronics, but then there's this other stuff that we get from different recyclers at different times. So it can be things like computer keyboards, VHS tapes all the way down to floppy disks or different bottles, mugs, and we get all kinds of cute stuff like this.
Yeah,
too.
the keyboards are freaking cool because like when you smash them, the keys go flying everywhere.
Yes, keyboards are one of my favorites.
Yeah, the VHS because you can pull out the tape.
Yeah.
And then toss that around.
Yes.
It's a really really cool experience. And are there anybody or any other competitors in town?
Yes, there have been a few that popped up, but most of them do like the axe throwing, and they have all different kinds of stuff. We focus on a destruction experience. If you want a destruction experience, Rec Room is the place to go. If you want to go do other activities and stuff like that, you might want to go there, where they're not so focused on the actual rage room part,
Yeah. Now, since you've been in business for a while, have you had any like cool celebrities or anything come into town and like actually experience your destructive experience?
I did. I've had a few people that you would know. Damn, what is that guy's name? He's in the NBA. I told you, didn't I? What's his freaking name?
The Greek Freak?
I'm blanking on his name right now. He's in LA.
LeBron?
No. I think he's in LA. Dang it, weren't you just playing 2K21?
I was, man. I bought 2K21 at Target. It was like $14.
Dang it.
Smoking deal. Anyways, he's a famous NBA player that Corey cannot remember the name of.
And he's got a massive shoe. You would not be surprised.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we put everyone in steel toe booties. And I've got one pair that I only used like twice. And it was for him. And it was kind of cool because I got to use it.
What size is that?
Like 17, I don't know.
Wow.
Massive.
That's huge.
And the guy was super cool. Like, we try to pump everybody up before the experience. And he was just like, no, I got this. And did like a 5-minute monologue. And I was just like, damn, this guy would be good to have in the locker room.
Oh, so he like pumped his crew
Yes,
up
he
too?
like stopped us and just had like a speech to them for like 5 minutes.
Wow, that's super cool.
And I was,
Anybody else?
not that I can think of
You've
right
had
now.
some YouTubers come in.
That's true.
And some other like local celebrities
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
that's true. I'm blanking on all the names.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to look them up on YouTube and just type in Rec Room on YouTube and see their video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
That was good.
Yeah, that was super good. That was perfect. So when you first started this Rec Room, obviously you're at the time you were with your significant other, and you're still with your significant other, but now you guys are engaged. Throughout this process, obviously there was a transitional period. Being an entrepreneur, starting a business can be very like emotionally taxing, financially taxing. How did your significant other show up in that space?
Nothing but support. Since the beginning, we didn't make money at first. So she had to like really take care of me, make sure all the bills were paid, so I could build this thing, reinvest into the company, and get to a point where I could start taking care of her. So
Right.
not just financially, but yeah, emotionally too. Like I'm not there. I'm at work. So we're open 7 days a week,
Right.
11 to 7.
Yeah, and I remember like for a long time, man, you were working the desk.
Yeah.
Like working behind the desk, actually like
I did
taking care of the guests. Because at the time it was just you and you had a couple friends that you hired
Yeah.
as employees.
Yeah.
And so you were doing a lot of the work yourself.
Yeah. Which was great. It was much easier that way, honestly.
Yeah,
I liked that, but that's not sustainable.
for sure. For sure. So what's your ultimate, what's the end goal with Rec Room, right? Because you, like, obviously you don't want to be, maybe you do, I don't know, but like, you typically don't want to be 80 years old.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Working.
It's a tough one.
And doing that stuff.
Just like we've talked about before, entrepreneurship, being in business, it's a roller coaster.
Oh, for sure, man.
So at some point, I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. I can't do it.
Right.
It's too much. It's too much work. It's whatever. And then other times, it's like, this is the best thing I've ever done.
For sure.
I could do this until I'm 80 years old.
Yeah.
So it really just, and I've only been in business for 5 years.
Yeah.
So.
And it's beautiful, honestly, like to see Corey's progress from the time that he started. When he first started this business, we often talked about like the struggles with hiring employees, the struggles of starting a business. Like entrepreneurship is super difficult. It can be, you know, it requires work. And anybody out there that's really interested in starting their own business, know that honestly, like it's really not for everybody. Like not everybody has the like testicular fortitude to kind of push through all of the bullshit that happens when you first start a business. And you know, we've talked several times like how many businesses we started and it didn't fucking work out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then the one hits. You know, I always think of Colonel Sanders. I don't know why. Colonel Sanders, like, he was 70-something years old by the time he opened up KFC or KFC kicked off.
Right. So. Yeah, it's tough, man, but it's also rewarding at the same time. Mm-hmm. And it's just different experiences that you wouldn't. I mean, I didn't know what I was getting into. You know, I'm just going to start a business and it's all going to be good. This is what I have to do. And just taking it day by day and then working backwards, right?
Yeah.
Look at all these taxes that are due. Look at all this that you have to learn. I mean, there's so much that goes into it that, I mean, I just didn't know. But I did know I didn't want to work for anyone else.
Yeah.
So that's what it ultimately comes down to.
Crazy enough, Corey and I actually used to work together at a local casino. We used to valet cars together. And I remember this guy, man, we always used to talk about these business ideas that we're doing on the side, whether it's e-commerce or, you know, side hustling sunglasses or whatever it is. But we knew that we didn't want to work for somebody. And I honestly, man, like I'm so proud, like to see your progress as not only as an individual, but like as a business owner, you know, and just to see you like flourish has been super fucking cool, man.
Thank you, man.
Super rad, man.
Thank you.
Like from the time that I first met you at the Golden Nugget, working graveyard shift to now, it's like such a huge 180. I don't even want to say
guys, for sure.
Yeah.
You know, there's just a lot of stuff that I didn't know. Like I was saying, management, oh my God, is that difficult for me. It's not my strong suit. Like I didn't know that I would have to deal with these personalities on that level. And it's hard for me not to take things personally. Yeah. You know, from an employee who's just clocking in and clocking out, but this is my business. Yeah. This is my livelihood. I've been breaking my back for years on this, and you're just gonna like treat me like that? But they don't think about it like that. It's just a job to them. Yeah. So management has been tough for me.
I honestly realized how shitty of an employee I actually was. Okay. You know, so like when I started having employees, like it was my karmic debt. You know, it was like, here's all the shit that you were, you know, as an employee, and here's some employees.
Someone had to deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, bro. I mean, I think though, for me, one thing that I can always fall back on is like I was always a hard worker, and I think you were too, and that's all I expect out of my guys. You know, I don't need you to put your life into it like I do. I just need you to work and do your job, and I can say I most of the time did that. Yeah, I did fuck around quite a bit, especially at the ballet.
Oh yeah, it was great. It was great. We did some like crazy shit with the ballet, but
yeah, probably shouldn't talk about that. Yeah, it was good times. Good times. The best thing about the valet was the crew, man.
Oh yeah. The friendships that were cultivated there were absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I think this might be useful for you, you know, to kind of get some of that anger out.
No, I don't really get too mad. I'm really like a sensitive, sweet type, so I don't really. I'm just saying that's the one scenario that I'm like, I want to punch something sometimes, you know?
The only one?
Maybe driving.
Okay.
Driving and
what else? See, there's more.
There's got to be something else. I don't know. I haven't dated in 9 years. I'm doing fine. Things are. I have nothing to be super upset about. That is the extent of my woes. Is you know, Call of Duty. Somebody killing me. Some little 8-year-old got better aim on sight time than me.
So good. Those little 8-year-olds.
They're great. They talk so much shit on that thing.
Dude, I remember when I was.
That's why I
young,
can't
bro,
play those fucking campaigns, man. I get my ass whipped.
I was the kid killing these guys. It was the best.
Yeah.
Just like non-stop playing.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I got everybody unmuted on the opposite team so I can just hear them crying. They're crying more than I am. I promise.
That's fun. So tell the people where they can find Rec Room, and you have a website, Facebook page, and all that stuff
Yeah,
too. And then we'll add some like cool images on here so you guys can actually see it.
The video
because it's a really cool
speaks for
experience.
itself.
Yeah.
You can find Rec Room at 4090 Shift Drive here in Las Vegas. Rec Vegas on the Facebooks and Instagrams. www.recvegas.com. You can find our calendar there and book anything you want.
Awesome, man. Well, I hope you enjoyed the tea. And
So good.
cheers, man. I really appreciate you coming today, man.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks to the Chinatown for providing us with this.
We're actually in Chinatown in Las Vegas.
Oh yeah, he actually is in Chinatown. This is actually really close to his place. And then thank you to our amazing musical guest, Robert Stokes, and he's going to take us out as we exit this beautiful time here at Tea Time. Guys, if you enjoyed this segment, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all the things. Comment down below if you enjoyed this, because I want to hear from you. Robert, go ahead and take us out. Thank you so much for joining us, guys.
My friend, is there a point to yeah, keep trying to tell me all you wanna do is use me. Ain't no but my answer. Yeah, all that use me stuff. Spread the news that it feels it could be used. You just keep on using me until you use me up. Oh, now, girl, till you use me up now, yeah. You know my brother, you sit me right down and talk to me. That I ought not to let you just walk on me. Yeah, I'm sure that he meant me. Yeah, but when our talk was through, I said, brother, if you only knew, you wish you were in my shoes. You just keep on using me until you use me up. Oh, now, girl, till you use me up now, yeah, 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 yeah. You know sometimes, yeah, it's true, you really do use me. You get me in a room, my hot pants people, oh, yeah, and then you ask me no rude to me. Yeah, you know what, oh baby, 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 baby. When you love me, you can't get enough. Yeah, now I wanna spread the news that it feels as good being used. You just keep on using me until you use me up. Oh, now, girl, till you use me up now, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm talking about you using me, really all depends on what you do. Ain't too bad the way you're using me, 'cause I'm sure I'm using you to do the things you do. Oh, yeah, yeah, do those things that you do.
Thank you, man.
So there you have it, guys. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and smash that like button down below. As always, be kind, rewind,